film and lighting cameraman. I started my career at Bournemouth College of Art, so I guess at your age I was at Bournemouth doing film and television. That was 3 years, and then I was lucky to get a job at the BBC, just like that. But it wasn't in the job that I wanted. I got a job as a film examiner in a film library. Your duties as an assistant cameraman were to put the clapperboard on, you'd change all the film, you'd reload, because we had 3 magazines with 400-foot reels in, and each magazine was 10 minutes long, and it was mostly negative that we were shooting, colour negative. That was then my job to log it and send the rushes to the labs at the end of the day to have them processed, and overnight they'd be processed, they'd come back the next day, and somebody else in the department would check that the brushes were good, in focus, not scratched, etc. And also basically you were carrying a lot of the kit, you were packing, you were basically the cameraman's assistant. You'd drive the car, you'd do an awful lot of things, but you wouldn't actually film very often. The BBC, I'm not that bothered about, frankly. If you guys ever do want a job at the BBC, you'll be working for nothing initially, I warn you. They are an amazing employer, but they don't really want to pay anybody. So at the moment, I would deter you from working for them for nothing, unless you feel that that's fine and you can be supported, but you will be working for nothing for them.
Loads of stuff really. Sometimes I'm inspired by watching another film, like I may watch like a western or a sci-fi or something. Oh, that's really good, but I think I could have done it better. And so I come up with an idea to actually make, to kind of use something which I thought was quite a good idea and put my own spin on it. Sometimes it's through my own life.
Yeah.
You have aspects of your own life. The best writers take elements of their own life or stuff that's happened to them in their life or stuff that's happened to their family or friends, and you basically use that life experience and then fictionalise it to make it exciting. So sometimes there's aspects of things that have happened to me, and sometimes you kind of, rather than go out and get a gun and kill people, you actually find a way to kind of get rid of all that kind of darkness that may be inside you or anger, and you release it through writing. Operation Britpop is based on a novel I wrote called Britpop, which was published, and Britpop, and that novel it was basically based on my university life. Okay. So what I took was, so it was very personal, that book, and then the short and stuff, but basically I took the 3 years of my university life and then fictionalised all of loads of people who I knew and who were still friends, and kind of fictionalised it and took those aspects of the 3 greatest years of my life, because university is like the greatest years of my life. Sorry. University is the greatest years of your life, it is. And I used, that era of 94 to 97 when I was at university, which is the whole Britpop era, like Blur, Pulp, Oasis and stuff like that, to create that story. So yeah, that was a very personal story. Well, the key thing to remember with writing is there's no right or wrong way to write something. There's a correct way to format something. That's the skill you would need before wanting to write anything. You would need to learn how to format a script. What that means is the way a script is actually laid out on the page. The way the industry works is, if you was to send, say you had a great idea and you just write it out handwritten and you sent it to a producer or a director or a production company, TV company, if they looked at it and it's not formatted properly, it doesn't matter if it's the greatest idea in the world, they will throw it in the bin. They won't even look past page 1. The main skill to learn is how to format a script and then how to structure it. The actual content of a story, whatever your story may be, there's no right or wrong answer to that, because that's what you yourself want to put across, what you yourself want to say to the audience, and never let anyone tell you that you have to know. say certain things or have certain characters. It's about what you want and what you want to watch. If you write something and you like it, then there's going to be an audience out there which are going to like it as well. But the key thing which you would have to learn is formatting. Everything else is like a painting. Some people look at painting and go, that's brilliant. The next person will go, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the same with storytelling. I know exactly what's going to happen at the start, middle and end. I write character biographies, so I do loads of preparation. So even before I've written that first line, I know who all my characters are, I've asked myself questions about them, I know what scenes are going to follow what scenes. So yeah, you do loads of preparation. That's the way I write. Some writers don't write like that, other writers just actually sit down and write.
It just depends on the person, doesn't it?
Depends on the person. That's the most important thing. Anything creative that you're going to create, whether you want to get into directing or writing or camera work or whatever, never let anyone tell you there's a specific way to do stuff. The most important thing is do it the way you like to do it, what you feel most comfortable with, and then you'll be successful. And believe in yourself is the key thing. You've got to have belief in yourself, because it is, as an industry, it's a real cutthroat industry. And there's loads of cowboys out there, trust me. I'm one of them. No, there's loads of cowboys out there, and you know, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything.
Manufacturing company that has been going for hundreds of years and made ceremonial military equipment for the army, mostly plumes, some headgear, but mostly plumes, so household cappings, so on a horse, unshapable circuit, we make those. So the army has gotten smaller and smaller, not necessarily a bad thing, but I realised that there was scope to move this into other areas, so I contacted assistant costume designers. First I contacted, reading them off TV screens on the credits, costume designers, none of them interested. But if you talk to the assistant costume designers, and I think that would probably be the case in any kind of field, whether it's costume, makeup, props, the assistants are the ones who like to know who they can get to make stuff. So that's what I'm telling people today. Go for the assistant, not the bottom assistants, but the second sort of row of assistant costume designers, assistant prop makers, whatever. They're the ones who like a list of who can specialise, because our stuff is very, very specialised. It's military style plumes with some sort of metal. So it can be quite lonely being self-employed, especially if you work from home like I do, but I have an assistant who comes in 2 days a week and I've got some hour workers. So you are on your own. You have to sort out your tax, you have to sort out your VAT, and you have to be totally self-reliant. Most self-employed people work very hard. You make plumes for the army and all sorts of stuff, and we want to use that technique to make a dress. And if you were to Google Alexander McQueen Yeti dress, it's the first picture that comes up. We want to make a dress so it kind of works only over the phone. You use this stuff or you then turn it into a dress, these special kinds of weavings, the work you do. This year I actually got a credit. I said I've been doing this for years, and I have a credit, and a few other companies have started phoning me up asking for similar type of stuff. But it's not a massive, apart from this year, it was usually only a few £1,000 a year. This year I think I've done over 10 grand worth of work for him, so he's dead obviously, but from his company and the new designers they have there.